Hello everyone, I'm Wisdom Cube, and welcome back to another installment of Crossover Rivalries. And today I'm going to be doing Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur from Marvel and Batman's Rogues Gallery from DC. Yes, so what would it be like if Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur had to contend with Gotham's most dangerous criminals? Now, before I continue, I'd like to make this clear, and that is which Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur I'm going to be using, because there are many different versions, but the ones I'm going to be using for this video is the cartoon version that aired on Disney Channel. Yes, that version. So, let's continue. Now, if Batman's Rogues Gallery arrived at the Lower East Side of the Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur anime series, yeah, I'm pretty sure Lunella and Devil are gonna be in for some trouble, but I do see them holding their own to some degree. Now, you have to take into consideration that since I'm using Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur from the anime series, I have to point this out, and that is... Sorry, something was stuck in my eye. But yeah, Lunella is an ordinary human. She's not an inhuman like she is in the comics. And Devil Dinosaur is not like the mutant dinosaur that you see in the comics either. He's just a regular dinosaur. Yeah. Now that I cleared that up, let's continue. Now, how would Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur handle Gotham's most dangerous adversaries? It's kind of 50-50 for me, because while I do see them handling their own against some of Batman's Rogues Gallery, I do see them having some trouble with others in Batman's Rogues Gallery. Now, I'm going to be splitting this into two different categories. The easy ones and the ones they would have trouble with. Let's start with the easy ones. Now, the easy ones, I do see them defeating the likes of, like, the Penguin, Two-Face, Professor Pig. Oh man, I'm pretty sure they would be very interested in taking out the likes of Professor Pig, especially considering what he does. Anarchy, I think, maybe Scarecrow, but again, that could go either way. I think they could take on the likes of, Catwoman and Riddler, but let's get into those they would have trouble with. Obviously, Joker, because, yeah, his randomness and insanity alone would give these two trouble. I do see Riddler giving them some trouble, mostly because of his riddles would give this super duo a tough time. Bane, obviously, because of not just his sheer strength, but also his intelligence alone. And that's not even taking into account the many henchmen that the villains I listed off would have at their disposal. Especially the Dollatrons that Professor Pig creates. Oh boy. that would give Lunella and Double Dinosaur quite a bit of trouble. Cornelius Stark, yeah, his hypnosis and like determination to drive people insane, maybe on the level of Joker and Scarecrow, but yeah, I do see him giving Moon Girl and Double Dinosaur a ton of trouble because, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think these two taken on a telekinetic foe before. I could be wrong on that, but let me know in the comments if they have or haven't. I do see like, oh yeah, Deathstroke. Him and Deadshot would be very hard for this super duo to take on. And that's not even taking into consideration the many other assassin type characters that Batman has faced. Like Bronze Tiger and Lady Shiva and another villain I probably should mention is Clayface. Yeah, Clayface would be really tough for this super team to take on because, yeah, I don't know if Lunella's Bubble Blaster will be able to contain Clayface, at least for long, because I'm pretty sure Clayface would like grow really big in his clay form and burst out of that bubble. Now, granted, I'm pretty sure Lunella and Double Dinosaur would use their experience take on their various rogues like Aftershock and Gravitas and Beyonder and Abyss and even Decoy. But yeah, their villains don't even compare to the likes of Gotham's most dangerous enemies. Yeah, Lunella and Devil's Rogues have powers and were on like have like science backing them up and super gear. Now most of Batman's enemies have gear, but most of them rely on intelligence and sheer skill that even gave the Dark Knight some trouble. Yeah, so you have to take that into consideration. Now, if it was Lunella and Double Dinosaur at the end of the series, where they, for the sake of argument, let's just say they end up going on a SHIELD mission to Gotham, yeah, I'm pretty sure they would be in a world of hurt because they would be on the home turf of Batman's most dangerous enemies. And I'm pretty sure like the Court of Owls and even Ra's al Ghul would give Lunella and Devil a very hard time because Ra's al Ghul has the League of Assassins and centuries of experience backing him up. And the Court of Owls, yeah, Lunella and Devil would have a really difficult time trying to track down the Court of Owls. And when they do, yeah, the Court of Owls would just sick the talons on them. And given their skill level, and given the fact that Batman has had a hard time taking them on in their first appearance anyway, I'm pretty sure they would like take out Moon Girl and Double Dinosaur should they get in their way. what else? Um, what else? I'm pretty sure that's like, I think that's pretty much it. Now, granted, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur aren't slouches when it comes to a fight. For an example, Moon Girl, when she went into the portal in season 2, she ended up having to join forces with the Beyonder when they were stranded on another dimension. Now, and during that time, Lunella had to protect the Beyonder, who was depowered at the time, and had to take on several different aliens. And she had to defend not just herself, but the Beyonder too. And when they came face to face with the Molecule Man, yeah, Lunella didn't stand a chance. And it only took Beyonder regaining his powers. The Moon Girl had to manage to make it out of that alive. And another example, Moon Girl had to take on the Molecule Man again when he came after her and her family, and she was separated from Devil. Yeah, I think that's one of Lunella's biggest weaknesses, is that Lunella, while she is proclaimed as one of the smartest people in the Marvel Universe, yeah, she can get outsmarted from time to time. And another weakness is that she relies on Devil's Brawn to help her out. Yeah, she relies on Devil and her intelligence alone to help her out. And if some of Gotham's biggest enemies realize that, I'm pretty sure they would have make up and create schemes to I'm pretty sure they would come up with scenarios that would force Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur to split up, and while one takes on one crime, another takes on another crime. And since they're stationed in the LAS, I'm pretty sure Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur would have allies backing them up, like the various reformed villains and the Good Word program, and even Lunella's family and Casey. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur would rally the LAS together, like Casey did in the very first episode, to take on Gotham's Rouges. Yeah. But that's just my opinion. Now, what do you guys think? What would it be like if Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, from the anime series, mind you, had to take on the likes of Batman's Rogues Gallery? Just comment below, let me know. I'm WisdomQ, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!